Hey everybody, it's Jim here, and today I'm going to be answering another viewer's question by ranking each of the 5 Harley Benton guitars that I've gotten in this year. And just as a reminder, this is all my personal opinion, so if you disagree, that's fine. I'm just sharing and answering the question that was presented to me. So number 5 on the list. I don't think this is going to shock anybody. It's the SG Junior. Now, was there anything really wrong with this guitar? No, not really. The action was extremely high, higher than any other one that I've gotten in this year, so it needed a little bit more work to get it playing out of the box, but I don't make it like a secret. I hate SGs. The only reason I purchased that guitar was because I had seen how well that some of the other Harley Bentons that I was unboxing and doing videos for YouTube were doing, and that's just me being honest. I said, you know what? I'll do it because it's a new guitar, and maybe this will be the one that makes me say, oh, they're not so bad as far as the SGs go, but it wasn't the case. I don't think you'll ever see me buying another SG. However, all around, pros of the guitar, I really like the Roswell P90. That is a really full sounding pickup. I loved how light that guitar was. It was a feather. The fretwork on it was pretty good, but I was just coming off of the SC552, and that was really good. So that one falls in at number 5. Number 4 is going to be the HB35 Plus in the metallic plum. This was a guitar that I bought because I wanted a 335. I didn't buy this for YouTube. I bought this for myself to see if it could kind of fill a void in my guitar collection. I still don't have a 335 to this day, but the reasons why I'm putting it down at number 4 is because out of all the Harley Bentons that I've gotten in, the quality control on that one was probably the spottiest. I'm talking specifically the nut. Now, where the nut went in to actually meet the joint where the fretboard ends and the headstock goes, I really don't know how that got past quality control. I'm going to show you an image of it here. It was pretty ugly, and that was kind of disappointing. The pickups on those were pretty good. I did like the fact that you were able to coil split them, but in a practical sense, it wasn't something that I found myself using very much. I would much rather have a nicer pickup that doesn't split into a guitar like that than have the ability to do both. But outside of that, my favorite part about the HB35 Plus was how good it sounded unplugged. And maybe that's a good baseline for if you got one that had a little bit better quality control than I did, you really might have a keeper on your hands. And like I said, it's little things, but when I'm talking about ranking these guitars from best to worst for these specific ones that I'm at, I feel like number 4 is the right spot for the HB35 Plus. Falling in at number 3 is the SC Deluxe Goto. And this guitar was in a tough spot. It really was, because I had such a good experience with the SC552, which is obviously above it in this list, that it had a lot to live up to. So it does a really good job. The hardware on it is substantially better than the ones that came on the SC552, so it has that going in its favor. The belly cut, exact same thing. The comfort, the neck pocket, really good access to the upper frets on that. This only has the 3 knobs compared to the 4. However, you could coil split on this guitar compared to the SC552, so that's a nice little touch. The ebony-ish looking fretboard looks really good. The guitar is clean, it's solid, lightweight. I really like it. And that leaves us with only 2 guitars remaining, the SC552 and the Fusion 3. Now, if I could have both of these be number 1, I would, and let me explain why. However, number 2 on the list for ones that I like the best would be the SC552. It feels like everywhere you go on the internet, there's somebody claiming that their budget guitar is somehow infinitely better than every other of the exact same one that other people happen to buy. There's no other way for me to say this. That was this guitar. This guitar was perfect for what it was. I've never had a Harley Benton guitar to date come in as flawless, as easy playing, as well set up. It was just the whole package. The guitar really had attention to detail put into it, at least more so than the other ones that I had mentioned on this list. And that's not a knock per se. They weren't up to scratch, minus the nut issue on the HB35 Plus. However, this one just had that little extra to it. I really like this guitar. I like that it didn't have the coil split, quite frankly, me personally, because it's just one of those things on a Les Paul style instrument. I don't want that. I want it to be just straight up a Les Paul. If I want a single coil sound, I'm gonna grab a guitar with single coils on it. That's just how I operate. But the frets on it were great. It was my first introduction to the blacksmith stainless steel frets, and these ones were just so smooth right out of the box. Can't say enough good things about it. Very highly recommend this guitar, but I'm not so sure you're gonna get one as good as the one that I had. Maybe it was just a pure case of freak luck. And at number 1 is the Fusion 3. Now, I'm a Fender guy, but the Strat style body of it isn't why I put it so high on the list, obviously, at the top of the very list. The neck on this is fantastic. The roasted maple neck, the fretwork on this was really good. This actually had a little bit of a rolled kind of feel to the fretboard itself. Not so much as, like a custom shop Fender or something like that, but it feels great to play it. I still greatly enjoy playing this guitar. It holds tune very well. I enjoy the fact that I can get kind of Fenderish tones when I'm going out and playing. I had it as my backup guitar for the last gig. Didn't have to really worry about anything like that. It stays in tune great. I know a lot of people say that this version of the Wilkinson Trem isn't really the best compared to the 100. This is only the 50, but I haven't had any issues. Granted, I'm not hitting it like a crazy metal guy would be hitting it. I'm using it more in a traditional kind of mellow sense, but I haven't had any problems with the stability of the guitar. I think a pickup sound pretty good as it is. Maybe one day down the road we'll swap them and that'll be a fun video, but that would be the only thing that I would say that this guitar needs. It is just great. And there you have it. The question has been answered. As always, if you have any questions, leave a comment. You never know, and I might be making a video like this answering your question in a future video. Other than that, let me know what you think. How would you rank the guitars? Personally, on a scale from 1 to 5, I like to see you guys make your little lists, a little explanation, or, other than that, leave a like, comment, subscribe. I will see you tomorrow for another guitar-related video. Take it easy, you guys.